Good. Good.
Yeah.
A little week off, and a few weeks off in July, and then Sharks trade Eric Carlson. So that vacation.
Yeah. So your vacation ended. All your vacations ended at that point, I'm sure. Yeah.
What was your reaction to that trade?
I mean, I don't know if I was really surprised because obviously it was in social media or on social media that we kind of knew it was coming. So it was a little bit expected. It's kind of expected the whole situation to go down like that.
How do you, obviously the question is, how does this defense core sort of, what does the identity have to be, going forward for the group without such a dynamic playmaker?
I think just, each guy's got to buy into what they're good at and what our identity as a team has to be. And as this camp goes on, we're trying to figure that out and dial in our identity and use all these these practices to get that going, but lead into exhibition games and kind of establish ourselves and come into our own. But I think it's just everybody doing their job and not trying to be a different player than they already are. We're missing a big offensive piece there for sure in Carl. He provides a lot of that offensive side of his game, and but I don't think that we have to try and fill that role. I think we just have to do a better job at playing good lockdown defense and transition game, and I think that as we get better at those little things, the offensive side will open up for us. So better defense we play will lead to better offense, and but like I said, we're still trying to figure out our identity as a team and as a core. It's a lot of new guys again, so it's going to take the time throughout this camp to work on those things.
How do you feel physically, and how do you look back at last year just from a personal standpoint?
I feel good physically. I'm really excited for the year. I feel really good mentally. As I look back on last year, I want to improve on a number of things. One of them is being what I spoke about with our defensive core. I want to just work on the things that got me here. I want to refine and get as good as I can get at the little things that got me here. Playing hard, playing good hard defense, and having a good stick, having a good transition game. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things, and so as I look back on last year, I am motivated. It makes me motivated to come back as a better player, and from a team standpoint to be a better hockey team this year. So I think last year is providing a lot of fuel for our group and me as an individual right now.
Last year at exit interviews, you talked to us about your mentality. You mentioned it a little bit there. I also heard a rumor you took a cross-country road trip to Toronto.
Yeah.
Was that just to go home? Did that clear your head? Did that have something to do with it? Maybe something along those
No, it had nothing to do with hockey, to be completely honest. Yeah, it was. Those are just things that I've really grown into liking camping, and I've said it a few times in the last couple of weeks in media and stuff that it's kind of my hobby right now, camping and being outdoors. So I had a vehicle that I kind of been setting up and building up to be suited for a little bit of off-roading and kind of off the grid sort of camping, and I did that. Me, McKenna, and our dog Wilder. So it was more of end of the year, instead of taking a few weeks off or a couple weeks off and playing video games and sitting at home and resting. I did it over the course of a cross-country road trip and visited a lot of national parks and stuff like that. So it was fun. I'm happy I did it.
Do you feel like that kind of trip, maybe being able to get outside, take your mind fully on hockey, right? It seemed like you were pretty frustrated with how you were, especially mentally at the end of last season. Do you feel like something like that, just a full escape, especially getting out of the environment, could help translate to the ice?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's good for any athlete really, to step away from the game a little bit. I think it's just a healthy thing. It's just kind of clear your head, whether you're doing very well or whether you're not, whether you're struggling. I think it's just good to clear your head a little bit, and I think it definitely did that for me. The whole summer, I think did that. I had an opportunity to get back into the rhythm of training and stuff like that, feel more confident, and just have that mindset of it being a fresh start and a fresh opportunity, just like every year is.
And then you were in Vegas, part of the NHL Player Media Tour. How does it feel to kind of be like, every team had one, maybe two guys out there, to be kind of one of the faces of the San Jose Sharks? That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was very honored to be there. I said this to staff here and the crew here that I'm very thankful for them choosing me to go. It felt really cool to be surrounded by a lot of big names, and it was just a really good opportunity to represent, this organization that I'm very thankful to be a part of, a team that gave me the opportunity to play in the NHL, and I am where I am today because of this team. So it was very humbling for me, and I appreciate it.
I asked you this every year because you are the young leader of the Sharks. So, what are you hoping to add as a leader this season specifically?
Yeah, I think that a big thing for me is my energy and what I bring to the rink, and I think it's important that I continue to build on that and continue to bring that. Ups and downs of the season, they always happen. Good teams, bad teams, you're always going to get ups and downs. And I just want to be able to always keep that energy high, to ride the highs and keep it positive during the lows. And I think that's what makes a good hockey team is, we talk about that all the time as our group is coming back and having the mindset to get better in practice and all those things. So I think that the character side of my personality is a big thing, both on the ice as well. Being a motivator for my teammates and pumping them up and building them up, I think that's big. I could be high energy off the ice, but it's got to translate to on the ice as well. So that's one thing that I really want to emphasize in doing, not just in my play, but also verbally and making my teammates feel good. Because I just know how good it feels when your teammates compliment your game, and I think that's what we need from everybody. We're all good players in here, and we just have to make sure that throughout the season we constantly believe that, and we believe that we're a great team. I think that those are maybe some areas where we could have lacked last year. So I think we do that this year. We're going to be a dangerous team. I feel good already seeing what we have in camp. So I'm just excited to be here and have my personality both on and off the ice help this group.
Does that include talking more, and is that possible?
Yeah, it's. I think on the ice, you guys may think I talk a lot, and I do talk a lot.
That's what they say.
Yes, no.
I'm not nice with you.
No, you're correct. I mean, I definitely I talk a lot, but I think on the ice, when you're in game, it's sometimes it's hard. You're in the intensity of the game, like you're breathing heavy. It takes some energy too to be vocal, but that's an area where I really want to I want to get better at, and I think that's a lot to do with or that is a big part of being a good leader. So obviously my main job is to give my teammates the best effort and to be the best player I can every night. And that's just a standard in every guy in our room. That's the way that every guy in our room can lead. I want to just add to that by being vocal, pumping guys up.
Did Burns give you offering advice about going off road, adjusting your vehicle, and things like that?
I actually, like a lot of what he actually had a tent on his vehicle before, on his Ford, so I kind of got ideas from that. At first I was just like looking at the 4Runner and I wanted to build it up and maybe like didn't know if I was going to get like a tent on the roof and stuff, but he kind of like I saw what he had and I was like, wait, that's pretty cool, and I looked into more options. And so when he was here, I like had that first-hand opportunity to see what he had and the rig he had. He does all that hunting stuff. That's not really what I'm doing. I'm just chilling. Yeah. I'm just chilling out there, just enjoying it. So.
Can I ask how it's been so far on just the first couple of days?
Yeah, I thought it's been good. It's the first couple of days of camp are always like kind of that grind, and I thought we've done a pretty good job of getting through it. We played a couple games and practices, so it's definitely a lot. But Leon's a good player. He's got good vision. We've been using each other really well, I thought, on the offensive zone blue line. It gets kind of hard when the ice is a little snowy out there, but no, I think we've been finding each other pretty well for having, I just met the guy. A few weeks ago, about a month ago. So, I'm happy to be playing with him. It's a good start to the camp, and he's a great player. So it's been pretty fun.